All right, let's dive into global trade and what it really means for the United States.
So first things first, why is this so important to the U.S. economy anyway?
Well, it's pretty simple. It supports jobs, it boosts the economy, and it gives us more choices.
We're talking about a massive, constant flow of commerce connecting economies all over the globe.
To really get it, you gotta start with the two most basic building blocks of trade.
You've got exports, that's the stuff we sell. And then you have imports, the stuff we buy.
And here's the thing, the United States is a huge player on both sides of that equation.
Okay, with so much happening, how in the world do we actually measure all this activity?
One way is the balance of trade. It's basically the difference between exports and imports.
If you sell more than you buy, that's a surplus. But if you buy more, it's a deficit.
And this is key because for years, the U.S. has had a pretty big trade deficit.
For the bigger picture, you've got the balance of payments, which tracks all the money flowing around.
But it's not just about goods. The actual value of the money involved is a huge factor.
And that brings us to the exchange rate, what one country's currency is worth in another's.
These rates are always changing. When a currency gets stronger, it appreciates. When it gets weaker, it depreciates.
Sometimes the government will even step in and intentionally lower its currency's value. That's called devaluation.
So how does this actually play out in the real world? Let's walk through an example.
So if the dollar gets weaker, our exports suddenly become a bargain for other countries to buy.
And that can actually help boost our exports and shrink that trade deficit we mentioned earlier.
So to recap, global trade is a powerful engine, but it's a very complex balancing act.
Which leaves us all with a pretty big question. How do we best manage all the risks and rewards?